Hey, what's up everybody? Chad Nicely here, ready to do an incredible demo for AIBot Studio. And I'm sure you're gonna agree that this platform is stupid simple, very intuitive, and very powerful. And quite frankly, it has a smoking gun you've never seen before, and it's the platform everybody's been waiting for. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and log in. And now you see I'm over here on the dashboard, and these are all bots that I have built out. And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and click on Create a Bot. And I'm going to go ahead and name this bot the Goat Offer. And for the description, I'm going to go ahead and put the same thing. Click Save Changes. And there you go. Now you see we've created our bot. And so now I'm going to go ahead and edit this bot. And so you see that we have a very simple interface. Okay, this is nothing complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated. So the first thing that we're going to do is if you look over here on the right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see a preview of what it is we are building out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my headline, and you see that it updates over here. I'm going to go ahead and put in my description, which is going to go right here, and it updates over here. And then over here for my greeting, I'm going to go ahead and put this right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and leave this to say, ask me anything. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and click Save button. And there we go. All right. Next, we're going to come over here to the AI assistant. So every single bot that we create requires an assistant. Now, if you don't have an AI account, guess what? You can go ahead and use our admin account here, okay? But if I were to go ahead and pull down this menu, then what happens is I'm able to use my API key. And you're going to put your API key over here, okay? And so you see there are two options available. So the first one is you can choose an existing assistant. And so if I were to pull this down, these are all assistants that I have already built inside the playground in OpenAI. Or what you can do is you can come over here and select on Ready Experts. And what's going to happen is the first thing is you're going to go ahead and choose your GPT model, right? So I can go through and I can put it on GPT-4 if I want to. And then I can come over here and here's my categories. So professional services, health and wellness, educational learning, technology, lifestyle, food and beverage, arts and entertainment, parenting, business and entrepreneurship, miscellaneous. I'm going to go ahead and choose business entrepreneurship. And then what I can do, check this out. I can come over here and I can go ahead and choose one of these experts. So I'm going to go ahead and choose customer support trainer. Okay. And now look what it's doing over here on the right-hand side. It is going through and it is creating instructions for this assistant, for this expert, right? And these are not instructions that are saved inside of our software or anything else. These are instructions that always come up in real time. And so I could go ahead and refresh these instructions if I wanted to as well. Now, what's awesome about this is AIBot Studio is committed to keeping up with the current updates that happen inside of AI, right? And so you can see the instructions here says web search instructions future proof. So once the web search feature is available, use it to access up-to-date information about companies' products, services, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we know that AI is going to flip a switch and then you're going to be able to pull in URLs and it'll be able to access the internet and everything else. So as it keeps evolving, guess what? We're going to keep updating our system so that it's able to handle everything new that AI rolls out with. So this will be the last AI platform that you ever build. Now, I can come through here, I can go ahead and make changes, but if I'm happy with it, all I'm going to do is come over here and click on the Save Assistant button. Now, I'm not going to actually do that because I don't want to save this assistant, but that's how fast you're able to go and pull the latest expert right into your account. And so what happens is, as soon as we click this button, it is going to save the assistant inside of your OpenAI account. Or if you're using admin, it will save it in our account so that you're able to use it for your bots. Now, here's what's awesome, okay? So you've seen how this works, but what if you have an idea for an expert, for an assistant, and it's not here in the menu? Well, guess what? The sky is the limit. And you can be as creative as you want to. Even though we have all of these set up for you, let's just come up with something completely off the wall. Like, since I'm from Wyoming, how about this? I'm going to create an assistant on being a professional walleye fisherman, right? So walleye is a type of fish. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on this link that says Assistant Creator. And now you see we're over here on the assistant creator. Now this is very, very easy. You're either going to go ahead and choose our admin account, or you're going to choose your API key, which is over here. And then see where it says, what would you like your topic to be? Well, I'm going to go ahead and paste in, just like we talked, walleye expert in Wyoming, just like that. And I'm going to click generate instructions. And you're going to see over here on the right-hand side, it is going to create an expert for walleye in Wyoming, right? And so look at this, check this out. Look at, as a walleye expert in Wyoming, your primary responsibility is to provide users accurate and practical advice related to walleye fishing in Wyoming. Knowledge-based instructions, tips for clean, like look at this. This is awesome, right? Now, if I didn't want to type in a search term, and by the way, that search term can be anything you want, right? And it will generate what you see over here on the side. But if I didn't want to do a search term, I could go ahead and start with blank instructions. Now, what happens is, now that we're happy with our expert, right, with our assistant, we can go ahead and click save on the assistant. And then once we do that, it will then save the assistant inside of the admin account or your account. And now we can go ahead and pull it into our bot. And so I hope you're starting to understand that you don't have to be overwhelmed with all the AI and the playground and everything with assistants and GPT. All you got to know is, what is it you want to build an expert on? And we can handle anything. If we haven't figured it out for you already, then you just go ahead and type in your search term and you generate the instructions. Now, let's head on back over here and let's build out our bot. All right, so my existing assistant is already here, but if we wanted to, we could go ahead and pull in the walleye fisherman. All right, but now let's come on over here to this one tab that says quick buttons, okay? And once again, you can see that we have our chatbot over here. You're also gonna see a preview of the page that's being built out as well. So yes, you have a page as well, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and flip this on, and we're going to come over here and we're going to create some buttons really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and say features. Next, I'm going to say free trial. And next, I'm going to say platinum offer. Okay? And so you can see that it's gone and it's added these three buttons at the bottom. And so when somebody clicks those, it will go ahead and give an answer, right? Because it's got the base. Okay, and then if we want to, we can come over here and we can go ahead and turn on a welcome gate, okay? And what that does is that allows you to collect leads right as somebody starts to type inside of your chatbot, right? Pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click Save Settings. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here to this icon. Okay, so now we have our GPT set up, right? AI is ready to rock and roll. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna feed the monster, right? We're gonna feed the bot. And the way we do that is we go ahead and drop in any files that we have here. We can go ahead and place any text that we have here. And then this is probably my favorite. You can go through and you can list out all of your URLs. It could be blog posts, it could be sales pages, it could be order forms. It doesn't really matter. And what AIBot Studio will do is not only is it going to save the URL, but it's going to go analyze the URL and it's going to read everything and it's going to study it and it's going to learn from that. So you just want to keep feeding URLs into your bot. And then we can come over here and we can do Q&As. And then the final one is we can come over here and we can go ahead and link it to other bots. So yes, even the other bots that you've already built, you can use as a data source inside of AIBot Studio. All right, so let's come on over here to Files. And I can go ahead and drop in this file here. And you can see that it's now got this PDF here. And then I can come over here to text. I'm just going to go ahead and paste some of the text here. I can come over here to my website and I can go ahead and put greatest offer of all time.com. And then I could come over here and click on Q&A and I can add as much of this as I want to. So I'm going to say, how much does it cost to get started? And the answer is going to be $7, right? And so that's how you're going to train your bot. And you can come in here and you can go ahead and keep loading files and text messages and put more website URLs in there and put more Q&As. And you can see that it's going to calculate your chatbot properties over here on the right-hand side. Now, what's awesome about this is we're setting up our course builder so that it automatically feeds the courses into your bots. And we're setting up our landing pages and our sales page builder so that every single time you build a sales page or a landing page, it feeds your bot automatically without you doing anything. So everything that we can think of whenever we're creating content, we're trying to find a way to tie it into the system so that it automatically feeds our bots. You see, that's the value of this platform, not just a software, but this is a flagship platform that we are going to keep building out. Okay, so now we've got past feeding the monster. Now let's come over here and let's click on this paint bucket. All right, now pay attention to what we have over here on the right hand side. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly set up the branding for the bot as well as the page. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place this logo right here. So I'm going to come over here to main logo and I'm going to go ahead and load that. And you can see there is my main logo. Okay, next we're going to come over here to our round logo and we'll go ahead and do this blue one. And you can see that's right here and up here. And now we'll come over here to our widget and I'll go ahead and choose this black one and you'll see that here in a second. Okay, now I like these colors here, but I want to make this one right here black. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go ahead and make this guy black. And of course, we're going to make this white. There we go. I'm pretty happy with the overall design. The only thing is I want to go ahead and color that. I want to match the branding that I have here. So I'm going to go ahead and make that the main color. And there we go. That's my exact color scheme that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Save Settings. And now let's go ahead and see what we've done. So we're going to come over here and click on Page URL. And so now you can see that we have this beautiful page that's just sitting here waiting for us for our bot, right? And so I can very easily come over here and just go ahead and click on these buttons here. And you can see that it's going to keep a recent conversation history over here on the right-hand side. But it's going to go through and it's going to say, okay, here's everything included with the platinum offer. And then I'm going to come over here and say, okay, well, what makes the GOAT offer so special, right? And I could just sit here and I could just keep asking it questions over and over and over, right? But check out the UI, guys. Everything is super, super clean. Like, we spent a lot of time doing this. And at the same time, over here on the right-hand side, you're able to see a preview and you're actually able to embed this beautiful chat widget that you see over here that has the nice, clean, professional designs that everybody's going to love and everybody's going to be super, super happy with, right? So I can come over here and say, how much does this cost? Okay, and you can see it actually work on both sides. And then what you can do is you can come over here and you can turn this preview off, right? So I think you're starting to understand how amazingly simple it is to go through and actually create your bot, and you get a page at the same time, and you get to embed it, and you don't have to mess with AI. We've given you 100 done for you experts, and even then, if the expert that you want isn't there, you come over here to our assistant creator and you go ahead and just disguise the limit, and you can create an expert on anything you can think of. But guess what? I've left the smoking gun for last, because you see, now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on this icon right here. And you might notice that looks a little something like Meta, also known as Facebook. And so what if I told you with one single click of the mouse, now you don't have to do these big old mind maps and workflows and all this complicated stuff and Zapier and everything else. You simply come over here and you click one button and you'll go ahead and connect to your WhatsApp. You just go ahead and authorize it, and then you're going to connect to your Messenger, and then you're going to connect to your Instagram. And now what happens is this beautiful bot is now displayed inside of WhatsApp, inside of Messenger, and inside of Instagram for the first time ever, without any complications, without any confusions, without having to connect more pieces of software. And you're able to do this for every single one of your bots. And that is where I'm going to cut this video in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to my phone and I'm going to actually show you what this looks like here on my phone so that you can see for yourself just how powerful this app is. All right, so stay tuned for part number 2.
Welcome to AIBot Studio. In this video we're going to have a quick run through of setting up your first bot. So here I am logged into AIBot Studio in the main admin area, and you'll notice under my bot library I currently have no bots set up whatsoever. This is actually my first time using this, so you're going to see me set up a bot from scratch for the first time. I have watched Chad run through it live, but I've never done it before, so you can see how easy it is starting from scratch, never having done it before. So before we set up our first bot, we do need to run through a couple of other steps. The first is to set up our API keys with OpenAI. The next will be to create the assistant for the bot, so there's a master brain behind the bot itself. Then we will actually come back to the bot library and create our bot itself. Okay, let's first of all go to API keys. Now I've already put my API key in here, but basically what you need to do is head over to OpenAI and go to platform.openai.com, click on the settings here and go to API keys, and then click on create new secret key, and all you need to do is give it a name and select the project, which can be default, leave it as all, and then this will allow you to actually set up your new API key as I've done here. You copy the secret key that it gives you, you head back to API keys within AIBot Studio, and there'll be a button to allow you to add your API key, and you just paste in the API key and give it a name. So remember what the name is, because we're going to use that in the assistant creator. So it's a very simple process, and you do only need to do that once. So let's head to the assistant creator. Now the first one I'm going to create is going to be called Digital Product Creator and Digital Marketing Expert. Now the bot that I create will be for use on my own pages and stuff, so it will have information about my products and support and things like that. But the background assistant is going to be a digital product creator and digital marketing expert. Then we choose whether we're going to use the admin account or our own account. Now the admin account means if you don't have your own API, you can use that. I do have my own API, so I'm going to use mine by choosing AIBot Studio MacG, which is the one that we just set up. So I'm going to scroll up a bit so you can see more what's going on. Next thing we need to do is choose our AI model. So in this case, I'm going to go with GPT-4 as it's the most recent of these. Then we can choose a tone for our expert assistant. Let's go with educational, but obviously you can choose any of these, whatever's going to suit best for what you're going to use this assistant for or this bot for. But I'm going to choose educational. Then you have the option of choosing a ready expert, the ones that were already created for you in the system, or we can put in a search term, which is what I'm going to do in a moment, or you can start from blank, which allows you to paste in the full bot instructions or assistant instructions down here in the field below. If you want to use one of the ready experts, then simply choose a category to start off with. So let's go with technology and digital, and then under that you have the different types of experts available. So e-commerce specialist, graphic designer, email marketing specialist, etc. And right now there are over 100 available across these different categories, but we are building this out and adding even more. So business and entrepreneurship, you have startup advisor, franchise consultant, dropshipping expert, product development consultant, all sorts of different options. Each of these has 10 different options available. So each one you can go through and have a look and find something that suits your particular site or your particular product or offer. And as I said, there are 100 already in there, and we're going to be adding lots more to make life really simple and quick for you. However, I'm not going to go with a ready expert. I'm going to go with a search term. And for the search term, I'm going to basically put in what I put in for the name at the top, and then I'm going to click on generate instructions, and it will start working away and creating the instructions down below, so you can see it doing it live, and it's creating these instructions for this assistant for me as I go. So you can see how quick and easy it is to get this done, and it's almost there. Scroll on down. It does come up with a very detailed instructions for this assistant to make sure that it is high quality bot and the information that you're giving is really good. Okay, so that's it done. Let's scroll back up to the top, and now all I need to do is click on Create Assistant. So that is our assistant created, and I can head back to my bot library to create my first bot. Okay, so I'm going to click on Create Bot. I'm going to give my bot a name. In this case, it's going to be Matt Garrett Digital Product Creator Bot. and I'm simply going to pop in a description saying digital product creator and digital marketing expert for Matt Garrett's products and offers. Click on Save Changes. We now have our first bot in the bot library, so let's click on the 3 icons here to come in and edit our chatbot and make changes to it to make sure it's a fully blown AI bot ready to use. So next I'm going to put in my chatbot headline. Then I'm going to put in my chatbot description, which will be learn more about Matt Garrett's products and offers, as well as how to get support or contact Matt. Let's scroll up a bit because we've got some extra information to go in. And then I'm going to pop in some greeting text, welcome to Matt Garrett's AI helper bot, and a user input placeholder just to prompt people to make sure they're answering the question or asking what they need to know. Now you'll notice below there is a default disclosure message ready for you, but obviously you'll be able to get in and change that if you need to put more information in. Now if I scroll further down the page, you can see what the bot currently looks like. So here we've got the details that we popped in, the welcome message, and the question prompt in the field for us. So let's scroll back up. The next thing we need to do is click on Save Settings to make sure we've got that saved. And now let's go into the AI Assistant to choose the assistant that we set up previously. Now, if you remember, I didn't choose the admin account, I chose my own account. And once that comes up, we'll then have a list of the assistants that we've created ourselves in our own account. I've only got one, you saw me create it, Digital Product Creator and Digital Marketing Expert. And having chosen that, again, we can see all the instructions for that bot down here. So, having made those changes, let's again click on Save Settings. Now let's head over to the quick buttons just to set up some easy quick buttons for people to use. And if they don't appear straight away when you come into the screen, just switch the radio button on and they will appear. So let's go through and assign some quick buttons. I'm going to keep these really simple. They are just to give people a prompt of what they can be looking for or what they can be chatting to the bot about. So I'm going to go with contact, support, offers, and I'm going to add an additional one which will be coaching, just in case anybody is interested in my coaching. So again, once you've set up those quick buttons, click on Save Settings, and if I scroll down again so you can see the bot itself, this is what it'll look like. You've got those 4 quick buttons at the bottom. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, as many as you want. I'd try and keep it to just one line of them so you don't clutter it up too much though. Okay, let's head back up. So the next option is the welcome gate. And again, if this doesn't appear immediately, switch the radio button on if you want to use it. You can switch it off if you're not interested in using this. Now, obviously, to use this, you will need to go to integrations and add your autoresponder in the integrations to make sure that it is integrated. And then basically it's collecting emails from people using your bots if you want to. So it can appear instantly or on the first message. I'm going to go with on the first message. Please introduce yourself is the standard opening line, but you can change that to whatever you need to. Confirmation box text, I'm going to pop in get Matt's marketing news and updates for special offers. And obviously you've got the option to include a confirmation box if you want to make sure people are confirming that they're opting in. Then you choose what information you're going to require from them, first name, last name, phone number, etc. Very easy to set up, but as I say, you will need to make sure that your autoresponder is integrated in order to be able to use it. So let's click on Save Settings. And if I scroll down again, you can see that we've got that information now for the welcome gate, where they're going to have to put in the first name, last name, and the email. Tick the confirmation box to say they get Matt's marketing news and updates for special offers. Click on Send. So it really depends on whether you want that there. It will mean that people have to put that information in before they can start using your bot. So switch it off if you just want the bot to be natural and not have that welcome gate in place. So the next thing we need to do is click on this database stack icon at the top, so we can actually give our bot some information to use. Obviously it's got the assistant, but we're going to add in some extra information that's specific to my particular site, my particular clients, my particular products. So I'm going to start by dropping in a couple of files that are relevant to me and to my products. The first one is a PDF that I've created that just has more information about who I am and what I do. There we go, that's now loaded up for this bot and it can refer to that information when it's answering questions. Now I've got another one that is a text file. I'm going to drop that in as well. This includes a list of all my products and where people can get support from them, as well as the frequently asked questions that I get on my support desk. So I'm feeding it a lot of information that it will then be able to use to answer questions that people have about me, about my products, etc. It could be about a specific product for you, it could be about your website, whatever information you feel your bot is going to need to answer questions for your clients, just pop it in here. So that's doing it as files. You can also do it as text, so you can literally copy the text from your web page or from a document and pop it in here. You can also give it a website URL as well. So in this case, I'm going to pop in a URL for my main site, my main blog, where I post articles, etc. And I'm going to click on additional so that I can also put one in that is about my coaching to make sure it's got that as well. So we pop those in, we can click save settings, make sure that's updated, and the bot now has that information to refer to as well. You can also go for questions and answers. So if there are common questions that you think people are going to ask, then pop them in and pop in what the answer should be as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can train this with specific information for your product, your offer, your website, whatever it is that you want this bot to be able to answer questions about. Obviously, it's got the expertise of the digital marketer assistant that we set up, but this is additional information that is specific for your requirements and your purposes. Now, bear in mind, this is something that you could use PDFs that are PLR that provide specific information about what you teach or what your course is about, or any bonuses that you offer. You can add those in as reference material as well. So you can add a lot of extra information in here for your bot to reference. And once you've finished, always remember to click on save settings so you've got that information saved. Next, let's move on to the paint icon here, which allows us to change the look and feel of our bot. Now at the moment, if I scroll back down, you can see it's blue and there's no logo or icon. So what I'm going to do is scroll back up and add a logo and a widget icon to this. So all I need to do is click on the edit icon next to the main logo, then simply browse to wherever I've got my icons and images stored, choose the image that I want, click on open, and it will update that for me and resize it. So if I now click on save settings, and if I scroll back down, you can see we now have a logo on our bot. We haven't got the little widget one yet, so let's go back up and do that as well. I'm going to do both the round logo and the widget icon. So again, browse to where the image is, click on it, choose open, and it will update it. Let's do the same with the widget icon, choose the one you want, click on save settings, and scroll back down, and we can now see that we've got our little widget icon there as well. Now I'm also going to change the header color here, so the main color, well, let's say I want to change that to orange instead of blue. Simply click on the icon, let me move this down so you can see it, choose orange, and we can see that's automatically updated the colors for us. And then simply click on OK to make sure it's done. So it's very easy to tailor the colors to suit your products and your offers to make sure your bot looks exactly how you want to. Play around with the different colors here as much as you want to. Once you've finished, always click on save settings. And if we scroll down a bit, there is an option to change how it looks on the page as well as in the bot. So if we go across this page option here, we can repeat the same process. We choose our main logo and our round logo, and we specify the colors to match with our product as well. So I'll quickly do that. So I've simply chosen my logo again and the round logo as well. Let's click on save settings, and once that's done, scroll back up to the top. We can now have a look at our bot in action if we want. We can look at the bot URL, which will open up a new page with the bot on. Click on the chat with us button, and you can see our bot is live and running with our quick buttons on and our welcome message. We can type in whatever we want to here. So I'm simply going to pop in a question saying, where can I learn more about Matt's coaching? It's going to pop up with the welcome gate. So I'm quickly going to fill that in. You can see it's actually come up with the answer while I was filling that in. So I've filled the welcome gate in, click on send, and here we go. We have the answer to our question. To learn more about Matt Garrett's coaching offer, you can visit his coaching page here. And obviously it's picked that information up from that extra information that we put in for the assistant, for this bot, those extra documents, because it has all that built in. Okay, let's head back, and you can also go to the page URL and see what it looks like on the page and type in any extra questions that you want to ask. But we can also see the previous question that we asked here earlier a minute or two ago, and that's how it looked on the page. So that is our first AI bot created by AIBot Studio, up and running and all working for us. The next step is to integrate it with the different meta properties. So I'm going to click on the icon here to do that. So I'm going to start with Messenger, then I'm going to do Instagram, then I'm going to come back and do WhatsApp. Obviously you should make sure that you're logged into Facebook and Instagram to do this to make it quicker and easier. So let's start by clicking on Connect Messenger, and it comes up with this screen. Yes, I'm logged in as the right one, so I'm going to click on Continue as Matt Garrett, and it's giving me the option of all my different pages. I'm just going to go with the specific page because the others aren't relevant to this particular bot. So I'm just going to choose the page that I want this bot working on and click on Continue. Then I've got to choose the business account that it's relevant to. So I'm going to click Matt Garrett Limited, click on Continue. I'm going to review what I'm giving it access to, click on Save, and there we go. It's now connected my AI AIBot Studio to Matt Garrett, and I can go and look at that and check the integrations through the business integrations, but I'm done for that. Click on Got It, and it'll take a second or two and close down that window. So I now have Messenger connected to my bot. Now, it is worth pointing out at this point, I already have a business account set up on Facebook, so that was there for me to do. If you don't have a business account, it's going to ask you for extra information about your business, your telephone number, things like that. So just fill those in as you go through to make sure that it's accurate, make sure the contact information is up to date. Okay, the next step is to connect our Instagram account. And again, I am logged into my Instagram account on this browser. So I'll click on Connect Instagram, and it opens up a new browser window, and I'm going to just log into that account, and that's it done. I'm going to click on Save Info. You actually need to click on the Save Info bit before this screen pops up for some reason. So I'm going to allow access to messages and leave the other bits and pieces ticked, and just click on Allow to make sure it's now got access. And once that's completed, it basically closes that window down and comes back, and you can see that we now have Instagram connected to my Fix and Grow account. That is a fairly new account. I've not got anything on there yet. The other point that's important here is it does need to be a business Instagram account, which is probably what you should have anyway if you're doing lots of work on Instagram. So make sure it's a business account. You can actually change that in your settings in your Instagram account quite easily. So it's just a switch that you turn on and fill in a couple of extra bits of information. Doesn't cost anything, very easy to do. Okay, so we now have Messenger connected, we now have Instagram connected. Let's go ahead and do WhatsApp next. So I click on Connect WhatsApp. It's going to make sure that I'm connected to the right Facebook business account. So I'll continue as Matt Garrett. It's then going to check to make sure that I do know who I'm connecting to, which is Nicely Media for AIBot Studio. Then it's going to ask which business portfolio I want. If I have more than one, I do. So I'm going to go with Matt Garrett Limited. And I can put in either my business website or my profile page, which in this case is mattgarrett.com. And it obviously checks to verify that. Then I choose the country and click on Next. Now for this, it does need to be a WhatsApp business account. So if you've already got one, great, but I haven't, so I'm going to click on Create a WhatsApp business account and leave it on Create a new WhatsApp business profile. If you already have a personal WhatsApp account, it won't actually let you use that. You'll need a business one. Now you can convert your personal one into a business one, but make sure that you go through the instructions for that and back up all your data before you do so. Otherwise you can lose all your chat history. I'm going to simply click on Next. I'm going to put in my business account name. Then for the category, I think I'm simply going to scroll down and go with Other. Obviously pick a category that is suitable for whatever you're doing with this account, with this bot. I'm just going to go with Other. Again, click on Next, and then we need to add in a number. You can get a free WhatsApp number, but you're limited what you can do with it. So I'm going to pop in a new number that I've got set up specifically for this, and obviously you need to make sure it's a real number because they will send you a verification. So I'm going to click on Next. They'll send you a verification to that mobile number, so I'm quickly going to pop that in, and it gives you the chance to review what you're actually giving access to. So I'm happy with that. Click on Continue. It's going to verify my information, and once it's done, all I need to do is click on Finish. It'll close that window down, refresh AIBot Studio, and we can now see WhatsApp is connected as well. So we've connected Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. It's really fairly simple. You just need to make sure you've got the business account set up on Facebook, business account on Instagram, and a business account on WhatsApp. I'd recommend using a new phone number for that just to keep it simple. Okay, so let's head across to Instagram, and I'm logged in on a different account now and visiting Fix and Grow, which is where we set up our bot. So what I'm going to do is click on Message, and once it comes up, I'm going to pop in a question, click on Send, give it a moment or two for the bot to wake up, and there we go. Take a second or two, and out comes our reply from the bot. For support regarding Easy Traffic Bot, you can visit the support desk at the following link. So our bot is up and running on Instagram and will answer relevant questions for my support, for people trying to get in touch with me, all those sort of things. The information is there in the bot for anybody coming to that Instagram account. And that's basically your bot set up.